Hey there, everyone. Happy Friday to all of you. King 5 meteorologist Adam Claybon. We got a system moving through today, which is going to be a soaker. Yesterday, exciting day with the Mariners starting off their season. Big win. Tonight, probably going to be more of a closed roof night than anything else. And we'll see those chances stick around into the weekend, albeit probably won't be quite as widespread. So, yeah, we are expecting more rain to be back in the forecast. You might have noticed it already outside of your window. So, first few stops. Right now, we take a look at Tacoma, and you can see cloudy skies, some rainy conditions as we look live there. As we look live in Seattle, there's T-Mobile Park, and you can see a little bit of a glossiness showing up on the pavement, and that's because, yeah, the rain is coming through as we speak. And this is as of about, maybe about 2:30 here into your Friday afternoon. Out along the coast, some water droplets showing up on the camera lens. It's a rainy day, and we still got some of the heaviest rain to move through. Seeing most of that out along the coast and over the Olympic Peninsula. That's eventually going to start to scoot its way farther to the east. Well, now, this is supposed to be a look of T-Mobile Field, but this is the forecast here for tonight. Mariners forecast temperatures in the 40s. Another chilly night again. Going to be a closed roof night with all the rain moving on through. Kind of breezy at the same time, too, with some of those winds around 20, maybe 30 miles per hour, and temperatures dropping into the mid to lower 40s later on into the night. And we're still going to keep this colder air mass in place the next couple of days. So Saturday, Sunday, highs still remaining in the 40s. So Monday and Tuesday, we're at least back in the 50s. Average high, 56 degrees. Next Wednesday, we'll get close to it at that point as we top off at 55. And the pollen count, it still remains very high. But the rain coming through today and over the next few days might help out with those of us who are allergy sufferers. Speaking of the rainfall we've seen so far, again, it's mostly been out along the coast where we've picked up about 1/3 to 2/3 of an inch so far, and most of that is going to be heading its way farther to the east here into the night. Now, looking at the satellite and radar picture, it's looking a lot more active. You're seeing that rain moving over parts of the Olympic Peninsula, but where we do have a rip-off zone, more of that rain shadowing taking place is right there over parts of Camano, Whidbey Island, and the northeastern tip of the Olympic Peninsula. So, yeah, we are going to see conditions and maybe rain amounts be a little less there into some of those areas. But as you go farther south, closer to Seattle, and especially as you get around South Sound, Southern Kitsap Peninsula, and right along the coast, that's where you have the heaviest rain here moving on through. We'll talk more about those amounts here coming up in a second. That system moves on out of here, and we'll still keep some pretty chilly conditions here on into the weekend, and off and on showers too, along with maybe a couple of thunderstorms ahead into that time with a little more instability in the atmosphere. Colder air in place though up into the mountains, that will mean snow, and we'll see anywhere between 10 to 20 inches along with some gusts closer to about 40 miles per hour where you see all the pink shaded areas. That's where we have that winter storm warning. That's in effect until 5 a.m. heading into Sunday. Not as much snow expected over the Olympic Mountains, but we're still going to see some good amounts, 7 to 18 inches there. We're expecting this winter weather advisory in effect until 5 p.m. heading into Saturday. So how does it all play out? Here we go. Right now, looking at this evening, 6:30, you're seeing some of those showers moving on through. Again, game time for the Mariners at 7:10, so it's going to be a really wet start. Could see some of those showers begin to let up a little bit just in time by the end of the game. So it should not be quite as wet of a ride home as what you're expecting heading to the game tonight. And then we'll see those off and on showers here as we go throughout the night into the day tomorrow, kind of off and on. Convergence zone as we head on into tomorrow afternoon. We'll keep an eye out for, but that could be right there into parts of Snohomish County, northern Snohomish County, maybe even skirting its way into southern parts of Skagit County. We'll keep an eye out right there, but overall it looks like we're going to keep the shower chances kind of off and on in nature. Then they start to pivot a little farther to the south as we go later on to the day with that convergence zone kind of bouncing back and forth north and south. That'll keep the chances on into the evening as well. Again, more of that showery type of weather in place throughout tomorrow night, and even into Sunday as we'll get another little impulse of energy to move on through. That's going to keep us wet into the day Sunday, keep those snow chances too around on into the day for the mountains, and then eventually that'll start to head on out of here late Sunday night and into Monday, where we expect things to start to dry up at least a little more. Now, amounts of rain still yet to come, anywhere between 1/2 inch to 1 inch in most spots. Higher amounts will be along the south coast between an inch, maybe an 1.5 inches in some of those areas. And we already talked about snow amounts. We're expecting some of the higher amounts there where we could see that convergence zone closer to Stevens Pass, Mount Baker coming in, maybe about 2 feet there, and then White Pass. That's been really popping up the past few runs on the models there, looking closer to 30 inches. And I think that's maybe going to be an overestimate of the snow that we're expecting. could get closer to 2 feet. I'm still expecting it to be quite a good amount of snow. So some fresh powder for any of you who are going to be heading out there this weekend, trying to hit the slopes, whether you're snowboarding or skiing. So today's forecast, rainy, temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. Still keeping things pretty chilly too as you head farther south, mid to upper 40s there. Issaquah up to 49, 45 in Kingston, and seeing highs right around the mid to upper 40s too as you get across parts of South Sound. Forecast as we head over the next 7 days, we do see a warm up. It's going to take a few days, but the next 3 are going to be our chilliest, with highs still remaining in the 40s, back up into the 50s by Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, all the way back up into the low to mid, perhaps the upper 50s by next Thursday as we start to climb out of this big hole that we just dug ourselves into here the past few days with more of that winter-like weather. But it doesn't last for long, and of course as we get deeper on into April, we are expecting to see fewer and fewer of these days. So it's not going to be too bad of a system. If you are heading out though, make sure to have the rain gear handy. If you're heading up into the mountains, either enjoy the snow, or if you're going to be driving across the passes here, especially into the nighttime hours, make sure to drive carefully. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great weekend.